Welcome to Innate Express Podcast. I'm Haig John, chiropractor in Melbourne, Florida. Our mission is to ground you in service and inspire you to serve at your very best. Let's get started. The act of shedding our garbage, all the stuff that doesn't serve us. This morning I started cleaning out my closet, and I put all my old business suits and trousers and dress shirts and things that are, a style a few years ago, and I put some on. I'm wearing one right now that I just can't let go of yet, but I will by the end of the day. This will be the last day I wear it. The act of shedding our old stuff, the things that don't serve us, we can look at it in an emotional sense, physiological sense. All the things that we have tucked away in our closets, right? We can call them skeletons in our closets, the old things that we don't want other people to see. I had my friend Arno Bernier said once, he said, where does everybody put things they don't want everyone to see? On the back porch, right? On that back porch, you close the curtains, no one sees the old bicycle, the broken down barbecue grill, or whatever it is. Eventually, you've got to clean that off. And you go out onto that porch and realize, man, the view out here is awesome. I've been wasting it with all the junk out there, right? Or in the closets or wherever it is. My wife and I have decided to sell our house. And we've had multiple brokers in the past. They do other, real estate investing. And the broker himself, who owns the company, said, hey, I'm going to handle this myself. I'm going to come over. How does 9:30 on Thursday sound? I was like, gulp, okay. That sounds good. We want to live in the house until after Christmas. And then if it doesn't sell by Christmas, we'll move out. But we want to, if we're able to have Christmas there, have it there. If it sells before, glory be, we'll have a party, right? But clearing out all of the clutter is the most important part, right? So when you can quickly put things away in a house, make it look neat, when there's a lot of clutter, all those little nooks and crannies are already full. Same thing inside of us, right? We've got to clear out the junk. For me, I'm visual, I'm kinesthetic, right? Things are like lighting is texture to me. Things that I see are texture. That's why feng shui for me is important. I just got in contact with a feng shui person here in town to help do our house while we're selling it, and then also the office, okay? Which are very important things. I think they're very valuable. The first thing, I guarantee you, would be get rid of the clutter. And if you know, I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, there is a lot of clutter in my house. A lot of it is mine too. So I filled my car up. The front seat of my truck right now is filled with clothes to donate. And all of them are very nice suits and things. I'm going to look for a fresh start. There's fresh start groups for men and women to get jobs and things. I have suits for somebody to go get a job, right? That might be 2 years out of style, all right? But you know what? They're going to get it for free probably, right? So ultimately, cleaning out the junk. Sometimes it starts with, I'll give you for instance, when I was in chiropractic school and college, and I was in law school for a short period, I couldn't do anything unless I cleaned my house. I couldn't look at clutter and study at the same time. Like I had to have everything done, dishes done, wash the laundry, whatever it is, before I can get to the job at hand, right? So cleaning out that clutter. A lot of the things that hold us back, I've said the things like the binds that tie us, the old junk that we say we are or what we've been programmed from, labeling it. We've said that over and over again, and taking that time in meditation, visualization. Where am I in my life? Where do I want to go? For our next step, you realize we've just created, besides running our highly successful chiropractic office, we've got the podcast that just launched. I've been doing adjusting seminars for about 17 years. I took a break while we had Bianca and Malcolm, so a 5-year break, and now I'm getting back in fully committed. By the end of this year and next year, we'll be full out, probably 4 or 5, maybe 6 a year. And then also our mission trips. The mission trips. I mean, we already have 2 planned for next year. Those are big. It takes a lot to put them together. All of them can stand on their own. All of them can be individual things, and we're biting off a big chunk of the apple. One of the things that I've felt, I've gotten the messages within myself, shed my clutter, get the clutter out of the house. The other thing is the house itself. I love the house. It doesn't 100% serve me now. What I truly need, I really know what I need. I don't care about the house. I care about the view. I need that time of quiet and peace. I can't find it in a bar, right? I can't find it in a restaurant, can't find it in a shop. I have it in my backyard, but I have people around me. I want, and I know what I like, this is from introspection, I want an unencumbered view. Whether it's on the river, whether it's on the ocean, whether it's in the mountains, wherever it might be, I just want a view of beauty. And I want to be able to look at it without having somebody walk across the yard.
In their underwear.
In their underwear. Yeah. Or I want to walk with my underwear. How about that? You knew it was coming. You knew. Let's be real here. But part of that, and that spiritual journey, and getting those messages and allowing them to be the message, right? Oh, well, I can't. The houses are too expensive. Blah, 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 blah. I want to wait till Christmas. And my wife, she was sad yesterday. And because she knows as soon as I put my mind to something, and herself putting her mind to something, it happens, and it happens very quickly, right? She knows it. She's been in this game for a long time. She was mentored by Sigafus as well, which I've talked about here and there with you guys, and chiropractic, he's very well known. But she knows the principles. She knows them very well. Once we start, it starts, and it starts quickly. So she was already sad. In her mind, she's already moving out of the house where her children were born in the house, right? So it's a big deal for her. So for me yesterday, I had to, I'm woohoo, getting everything out. The house is sold in my mind too. So I asked our babysitter, Carly, Alexandra's daughter, to come in and watch the children so we can go out on a little date and talk about it and those things. I didn't even realize why I set that up with Carly. I just knew she's there. Let's do Tuesday as well as our date night Thursday night, right? So let's do that one as well. And it was perfect. And I realized, okay, that's why I asked her, because she needed a little bit of time. She needed time to regroup herself. It's a big loss for any person. That's our home, right? So those things are valuable. I feel like I'm shedding. Sometimes, I've gotten rid of shirts that I've been hanging on to for 25 years. Like, man, I love that shirt when I was going to nightclubs, right? Oh, that was so cool. I was cool in it. You know what I mean? And people are wearing these exact styles. You're like, you think you were cool. You thought you were cool, right? Maybe I wasn't very cool. I was cool in my own mind. That's the one that counts.
You feel it, everybody will.
There you go. As if, right? So that shedding, just Martin mentioned a few minutes ago, of just all this stuff. And when I got in the shower this morning, I thought about all these, man, we've got a lot on our plate, right? There's a lot on our plate. Hiring a new associates in that part too, all these different things. So, and I got in the shower and I said, what am I doing? Am I able to handle that? And that stinking thinking came in. Can I really do it? And I realized those are I pictured it in my head, because sometimes I take a shower really early. I don't turn all the lights on. It was kind of dark in the bathroom. And, yeah, it's like a serene shower, for the 5 minutes of peace and quiet with a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, or anybody. And I realized those are voices of other people in my head, of old, past relationships, friends, colleagues, not so good friends, stinking thinkers, all that stuff. I realized that was not my voice that I heard in my head. The voice that I hear, if I call it my spiritual guide, or my God voice. B.J. Palmer calls it our innate voice, right? But I've been hearing that myself and labeling it since I was a child. And I realized that was not my voice. Usually it's in my own voice. And I realized today that's someone else's voice saying you can't. Maybe that's too much for you. There are plenty of people that have done a lot more than that. Plenty of people. How are they different? Cranial vault size is the same. They've got skin on their body. They've got voices, lungs, and hearts, right? It's the programming. And today, and then I said, I know it was a moment, but that was a long moment for me because it stuck in me, obviously. And it started this talk this morning. And I said, I'm shedding this stuff, all those things that don't serve me, all the old stuff I'm hanging on to, right? My mother's 87 and she's already, for years she's been doing this, and she has some like 16th century antiques and things. And you know what? I don't want them, but I don't want to get rid of them because they have value. But they're also things that relate to my mother, right? But there's a distinction of those things. How do you get rid of or keep heirlooms and things? I'm working on that right now. What am I going to do? I'm not sure. But the stuff that I can control, old nightclub shirts I wore 25 years ago, I don't need to keep that.
Close the chapter.
Close the chapter, right? We've all gone through those things. And some old stuff that we really liked. I even had some visions myself of getting rid of some of the artwork I've collected, downsizing it. I don't want to keep it all. I don't need it all. What's it there for? Let's shed it, right? I would rather use that, have less or no mortgage if I possibly can, right? Absolutely, positively. Amen. I've also decided in certain ways, I don't care about the student loans. I would rather pay off a house mortgage. So God forbid if something happened to me, my family has a house free and clear. The student loan, only way to get rid of your student loan is to pay it off or die, right? It doesn't transfer to your children. So I've taken my routes of I'd rather put it towards the mortgage instead of paying off the student loan quicker. We got to pay it no matter what. So going through this morning really gave me a drive. I got excited about it because I realized that's not me. We can step into our powers. We walk forward. We go boldly. Sometimes we might get a right hook. Sometimes we might duck one. And, as we go through the journey, fewer and fewer of them coming after us because we've updated the people as well. We've shed those people out of our lives. I try and help them to a point, but you know what? If they're holding me back, I have got to let them go until I'm strong enough to help them up. And I'm still working on it myself. And some people I need a lot of strength for, right? And you know what? I have 3 people that are really the most valuable that, and those are my immediate family, right? And then everyone else that depends on us. And then I can reach back and help some people up. We go for the people that we can't help right now. We have to put our own mask on first before we put on our children's in the airplane, right? But that's the way everything is in life. So today I commit to boldly step forward, but I'm also boldly committing to be present and listening. And now is that moment with my wife to be present and listen to her feelings because I didn't realize it. She said, I'm just sad today. And then I got it. This is why. And we talked about it and those things. So it's a big deal for any human being, right? I'll miss our house when it's gone. If I'm ready to let it go. She has a different tie to it. And that's we can talk about anything.
Women usually do,
Yeah.
She decorated the house, the kids were there, whatever.
All that. That's right. Exactly right. Exactly. It's a home. Now everybody's crying. I'm crying. It's a crying morning.
I love Roberta, so.
You can understand for sure. Anyone can put themselves into that position. Yes, absolutely. Does anybody have anything to share?
Is it Tuesday or Wednesday?
Yeah, it's not Tuesday crying day.
You promised me it would be Tuesdays, not Wednesdays.
I know, and we don't normally record the Tuesdays because we want, if we're with, you know, so to be free and let go of garbage if we need to. Okay, we could change that to another day.
This one's for you, Roberta.
All right. Anything else?
I have one thing that one of my mentor, Jeff Miller, always says is, our brain is not programmed for success. Our brain is programmed from preservation, survival, and live in the comfort zone.
Yeah.
And so, and he told me that good few times, and especially I'm being engineer and overthinking a lot of things. So he always said, Martin, you need to tell your brain to shut the fuck up, in my language, and just go. Okay, try to do everything perfect and go. Just tell your brain he's not ready or not programmed for you to be successful. He wants you to be in the comfort zone. So tell him, not today, brain. Shut the hell up and let's go.
And do your best.
Yep.
That's a good one.
It is a good one.
Anybody else? All right, that was a beautiful morning.